Gus, those Reeboks.
Why? It looks
I mean,
cute.
I like them.
I feel like I like it.
Cute, but you look.
I like the outfit. I like the outfit. I have to.
You looking
I
like
have no
you look
clothes.
like, hey kid.
I wore my nice clothes in Portland and Seattle, and then I have to do laundry, and I don't want to wear my nicer clothes because I got to go to Canada tomorrow.
You
So
should
this
don't
is-
go like this.
I'm not gonna. This is it.
They're gonna check you.
This is the day. So you're telling me I'm gonna go to therapy after this, and then I'm probably going straight to the concert. So this is my all day, and it's awful.
It's not awful. It's a look. It's a decision.
It's a decision.
I kind of like it, but it's also like
no. You don't
sketchy.
like it. You called me a pedophile.
Yeah, but also it's like maybe he has drugs on him.
Okay, I mean that's true. I do have drugs on me.
You know, so
I didn't realize it was that bad, so I should change. I should wear something better. Fino por eso. I have nothing. I don't want to wear
where's
something.
your laundry?
I don't,
Preparar for nas canta
I don't want to
laundry.
wear the. I don't want to wear the laundry clothes. I want to save them. I want to save them.
Then own it.
So
Own this look.
So this is the look. Yeah.
Yeah, own it.
I have Toy
Just
Story and Mickey.
Embrace the sketch.
The worst is that when I take the hat off, I have the buzz cut. So it's even worse with the buzz cut.
Well,
I think.
before we shock them with that, how about we just
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Welcome to the neighborhood. We haven't done this podcast in 2 months, and Christina's called me a pedophile and a Unabomber already. I mean, Jesus Christ.
It's a look. I like it. It's kind of sexy. It's like dark. I don't know who he is. Can I trust him? Can I not?
That's what I'm going for.
You know, yeah,
That's exactly
but
what I'm going for.
Be ready to be judged.
I wore this yesterday. Everyone was very nice to me.
Well,
no
maybe
one
'cause
ran
they felt
away.
bad.
Probably because they felt
They
bad.
felt bad.
Yeah.
So they're like, Gus needs some love right now.
I think that was it. That's because someone did say something so nice to me. I cried, literally. So I think that was it. They were
Yeah.
like, he needs some help. Wait, let me show them the head. Look at my new follicles, baby. Look at these new follicles.
It looks good.
It's gonna look like Christina's hair when it's all
Soon.
done. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna grow it out, and I'm gonna be just whipping it
and
back
then you're
and
not
forth.
going to be able to tell who's who.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. But now, so even
Well, for the people that can't see but are listening,
I have 4,500 new grafts of hair in my head,
yeah,
and it's giving like Puerto Rican buzz cut.
he looks like a cholo. You know, he should be wearing like a Dick's outfit.
Yeah.
High white socks.
Yeah. Like a wife beater.
Yeah. Essay all the time.
Essay. So now, without the hat, is it more or less pedophile / Unabomber?
Now it looks like you're my Coke dealer.
Okay, I'm giving Coke dealer now. Coke dealer? Yeah. But can I just give ketamine? I feel like ketamine's more fun. I want to be a modern Coke dealer. I don't want to like Coke dealer. It's still like 90s. I want to be like an up-to-date Coke dealer.
I feel like there's so much shit out there now that I'm like, I would rather go back to the 90s.
And
'Cause
do
all this
just do
shit,
Coke.
like,
I know.
just like good old, like, just give it.
Good
you know?
old-fashioned
Just good
cocaine.
old-fashioned cocaine.
No.
Well,
No.
But
No,
yeah.
no, not for me.
But you went to Greece with one set of hair.
And I came back with this.
With this.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Can I
Alright.
tell you the day I got it? I woke up and my hair looked so good. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
I know the whole time in Greece, because it was gonna be like we had Greece, and then you had a wedding in France, and then you were going to the unnamed place to go get it.
The unnamed place, Turkey.
Turkey. No, I'm just joking, kind of.
Istanbul. Well, I posted Istanbul is beautiful on my Instagram story, and I got 300 responses, and every single one of them just said Constantinople.
Yeah, and then mine was like, did you know that Istanbul is actually a Greek word?
Yeah. Christina sent me a voice message, like deranged in the middle of the night, like, it's a Greek word. It means Stinpoli. Istanbul, Stinpoli. And then literally someone Googled it the next day. All right, didn't your boyfriend Google it the next day? And she was right. She was literally right. She was completely 100% right. And so mid-surgery, mid-transplant with anesthesia in my head, I was like, did you guys know that Istanbul means Stinpoli, which means in the city?
I was waiting for you to play my voice notes while you were getting it done because they were so like, Greece, motherfuckers!
Oh, yeah.
Greece!
Yeah. Well, it's so funny because like the Turkish people I met were all, either doctors or PR people and like very well educated. And so they were all like really fucking real about it.
And aware of
the political turmoil.
Exactly. It's, again, not the people. It's the
Like I was literally like at one point like Turkey's so beautiful, and someone was like, there's a lot of political corruption here, and I was like, yeah, no, I know,
but I'm just saying it's pretty.
I know, but I'm saying it's pretty and it's nice and everyone's very friendly.
I'm like, would be nice to be here, right? They're like, no, just leave.
Yeah, I mean they really want to amp it up as a tourist destination because I think they understand the benefit that it'll bring their economy, because it's like, yeah, the political turmoil is bad.
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of countries have that issue.
Exactly.
It is what it is. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Or Gadon. But I liked Istanbul, Constantinople. I
Why
liked
doesn't
Istanbul.
he get the plugs? Why doesn't he do the graphs? He lives there.
I don't know, because I saw a lot of Turkish guys walking around, and I think they're too poor to get the grafts. Just to be
This is
real.
very true.
Not Ergodon, but a lot of the guys that
Yeah.
live there, yeah. Because I think for them it's like a really expensive surgery.
Well, yeah, 100. Yeah.
yeah.
They're not.
Whereas like for us, they pitch it as like it's so cheap, and I mean, I guess for people it is cheap, because everyone I've been telling the price to has been like, oh, I would do that.
Yeah, exactly. In comparison to America, like anything in America, everything
Yeah, I
is
mean, my
expensive
friend
here.
paid $18K to do it in America.
Yeah,
in New
that's
York.
ridiculous.
Isn't that
even
crazy?
even like free, like you know, the idea of like freezing your eggs in America, it's like a mortgage, and in Greece, it's literally like 2,000 euro.
Oh yeah.
It's everything.
Some
overseas.
will freeze your eggs for
Exactly.
you. Yeah, for
She's
free.
Just, that's it. It's
She's
out
like,
there
I got
in
you.
the Avli with all the
Yeah,
hens.
exactly.
She's just like, they're warm here with my chickens. They'll be fine.
They'll be okay. When you need them, come get
Come
them.
get them.
Yeah.
Everything is cheaper overseas. In
It
like the
is,
most
yeah.
basic, like
No,
It's
it definitely
ridiculous.
is. It definitely is. But the process was crazy, and that first week was a little miserable.
and I went through it with him.
She did. What did you not expect her to? Like, because I finished the surgery, and like, first of all, they don't tell they
This
if
is
you don't
hysterical.
specifically ask them the questions, they don't tell you like all of the steps of the recovery process.
Yes,
Because I think the problem is men are pussy ass bitches, and women will go do like a nose job like no problem and not even think about it. Like women will do things to their body no problem, thinking not just like done, I'm done, I did it, whatever. Men are like, what do you? I can't sleep. Like, well, I can't jerk off. They're like, well, like I can't do it if I can't jerk off. Like they'll just be like, absolutely not. So I think they try to hide some of the little recovery things so
people
to
just
make
hop
sure
on
that
board.
men will just do it, because it's really like
Yeah, but
intense.
I gotta say, like the days before you going, and I was asking you questions because I was like, he has a show, he has this. Can he? Is he gonna be able to like fly? And I was asking you these questions, and I would see you like type and then stop, and then
Well, I knew I could do
there
the
were
show.
certain things I was just like, Gus, do you know what it's gonna be like?
Well, I knew certain things because I remember asking them certain things, but there was things that I didn't ask them that they didn't even mention.
because
Like,
you also just like dilly dallied in it. You're like, yes, I'll do it, and then afterwards,
no,
I'm like,
no.
"But
I
did you
asked them.
ask?"
No, I asked them questions. I
I was just like momming him the whole time. I was like, "Where's the hairline? Show me the hairline. Where are you telling them to do it?"
Oh,
They
no,
better not touch the hairline."
literally drew it. They drew it on my head, and I sent the picture immediately to Christina. I was like,
I gave
before they
them the
even do
okay.
this, yeah. Before I even go ahead,
Yeah,
yeah.
you have no one by your side.
I know. Well, and the funny part is they could have totally flown you in, and we could have done it together. I know. I didn't
Everyone
realize
would have
that.
been very, very jealous of my hair, though.
I know. Yeah. All the men would have just been like so pissed about it. Well, it's funny because in the waiting room, all the men are in there, and like they're at different stages of the procedure, and so I asked some of them. I was like, "What's the pain level?" And they were like, "Oh, it's like an 8 out of 10." And I was like, "Okay, that's a man's way of saying that it's a 12."
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean? Like, no man's gonna be like, "No, it's a 10 out of 10." They were all like, "No, it's an 8 out of 10." And I literally like
strong.
the anesthesia was not an 8 out of 10. The anesthesia was a 10 out of 10, and I was screaming, and the translator was like, "It's this normal. This is normal." And I was like, "Get the fuck out!" Like I was screaming. I was not happy. And then that's only like a minute though, because they do it and then it's done, and then you
Yeah.
don't feel anything.
But it's looking good.
And that first day, you're swollen. Your
Guys,
first swollen
his head
was swollen.
was so, it looked like a cartoon character.
I was
like
swollen.
a mad scientist cartoon
No,
character.
it was funny. It was funny. When I was in the airport, I really got a taste of like what ugly people go through in their lives, and how people treat ugly people, and it's not nice.
Really? You just got that experience?
I was waiting for that. Yeah.
But you know, even as I said that, it's full of shit because you're so beautiful.
Yeah.
You're so beautiful.
Suck
But
my
also, though,
suck my fucking clit. Yeah.
I will say this.
I'm kidding. No.
Gus sent me a photo of him, and I was just like, low key, I was like, you're giving Zaddy vibes, and I was like, I think you should go bald.
No, literally, can I
was like,
tell you?
Buzz your hair. Actually,
I
you
went
did
to
all
a-
of this work, but I think you should reverse it.
I literally went to a birthday party, and I said my friend Lauren said the same thing. Like I went to a birthday party yesterday, and my friend Lauren both like, honestly, this buzz cut is really
You got a
looking good on
head.
you.
got a good shape head.
Yeah, I actually, can I tell
Right?
you, every time I look in the mirror, I hate it so much. So everyone that says this to me, I want to be like, shut up.
Yeah, it gave me like
I
you know,
hate
in
it.
Ex Machina, Oscar Isaac when right is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where his buzz cut and like that's where you get. I was like, how you doing, Gus?
I literally hate it. I can't stand it right now.
I love it.
Yeah, I can't stand the sight of myself, I have to tell you, but that's okay.
Just make sure you.
Well, that's why I'm wearing this outfit. I
Yeah,
figured
just
if I
make
couldn't
s-
stand the sight of myself, I might as well just go a step further and really just embrace it. Yeah.
I was gonna say, just make sure you just enhance the whole look. Just do it.
I like, you know what? Fuck you.
I like it.
No, you don't. You
I
hate
know.
it.
I
So you
love
like
it.
pedophiles is what you're saying.
No,
so you
I
like
like
Unabombers.
I like the edginess, the creepiness. Like
the
there's-
the creepiness.
the creepiness.
Okay, great. I love this.
You know, I just because it's not that you could be so many things, but you're just not Gus.
Okay.
You're 14 other tabs.
I'm buzzcut. I'm buzzcut Puerto Rican coke dealer Gus today.
Yeah, like if you take like
Okay, this is you know how Barbie can be a scientist. Barbie
exactly
can-
that's what I'm saying.
You know, Barbie can go to the mall. This is coke dealer Gus.
Yeah, like if I saw you at a thrift shop, you know what I
This
mean?
is
I'd
cool.
be like, I don't know who he is exactly, but like the danger effect is sexy.
Okay, so that's why this guy totally fucking hit on me at the bar yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like really getting hit on. And I was like, I look so ugly with this buzz cut and I'm still getting hit on.
No, you do not look ugly with
All
a
right.
buzz cut.
All right.
You look questionable with the outfit.
It's
And that's sexy.
that's so funny. I'm gonna get so much dick tonight at the Remy Wolf concert. I know I am. And today's the first day. So here's what they don't tell you is what they didn't mention was that you have to sleep with a neck pillow at a 45-degree angle for like 2 weeks, which they didn't mention that before. Or maybe they did, and I was like, I just figured like the sleeping, they'd like give you something that you wrap your head around with and then you just sleep normally. I didn't realize I was going to sleep like a vampire for 12 days.
like you're on the fucking plane still.
It was bad. I mean, by day 5, I was really losing my shit.
Every day I got a new text from Gus being like, I just found out I can't
Yeah,
sweat.
it was
I
like-
just found out
That was
I
the
can't
other thing.
have
They
sex.
kept adding things. Yeah, they were like, you can't have sex for two weeks. So, and you know, for me, that was a real doozy. Today's the first day. So after this podcast, I have plans.
He is feral right now.
Feral. I am literally feral right now. I could
Hide your kids.
shut up again with the pedophile jokes. Here we fucking
Hide
go.
your wife.
Hide your wife. No, actually, one of the comics yesterday was like, listen, he's straight. He was like, listen, Gus, I don't want you to switch to bitches now. With this buzz cut, I'm worried. I'm worried if you switch to bitches, that's my territory.
See, there you go.
And I was like, yep, I'm coming for your territory. That's it.
And everyone else is coming too.
Coke dealer, yes. And everyone else is going to come. Including me today, probably 15 times, I got to tell you. Oh my God. And you can't go on direct sunlight for a month. You can't exercise for a month. Today I could start doing yoga, they
You're
said.
just looking like an Asian tourist everywhere.
Everywhere. I had an umbrella. I went to the Japanese garden in Portland with an umbrella. I was appropriating Asian culture. Asian tourist culture, I should say.
And then walking alongside him, Atlantic Avenue.
Oh my God.
What the fucking umbrella?
That was so funny. It was so funny. But now I can wear a hat. It's all good. It's all
looking-
good. I'm going
it's
back to
looking good.
normal. See, these last 2 days have been like going back to normal days.
Thank God you didn't do this before our Greece trip.
Well, no, I couldn't. I know
Imagine?
because they told me I couldn't exercise or go to pools or bodies of water. So I knew a lot
Okay.
of the things I couldn't do. But I just didn't know about the sleeping, and I didn't know about the sex, and I didn't know about. They also were like, you have to shower with like low pressure, cold water, and like I told them, I was like, in America we don't have the wands,
the deuce thing, whatever.
so we can't do that there. And she was like, oh well, you'll figure it out. So I was washing myself in the sink for 2 weeks, 12 days or whatever, and I got the scabs out. Now I feel like a normal person.
you feel
again.
pretty
I
good.
took a nice shower. I took a 20-minute shower yesterday. I just fucking laid there. I was like, blah, la 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 la. I felt so good. Oh my God. I smoked a fat joint yesterday too.
So you're no longer on a no smoking.
No, I'm back.
You did it. Okay.
I smoked a
that
fat
was
joint.
short-lived.
Yeah.
Gus was like,
Well, it was a month.
Was it fully a month?
It was like a month because I ran out of weed I had weed when I was in Spain, and I ran out day 5 like an idiot because I was hitting that pen.
And the stuff I had with me when we went to was not
really real.
It was not real, but that shit was like an edible.
So by the time I got to Corfu, I had a few edibles left. I took them like the first day. So it was that Sunday when it was that Sunday where I met that Brazilian, where I kind of ran out of weed, and then that was like that was the second. So it was a full month.
Yeah, but you still smoke. It wasn't a full month.
It was like a full
'Cause you're
month.
still smoking some stuff.
Yeah, but it was still like that was then 3 weeks. Yeah,
Okay, 3 weeks of no weed, of no nothing, no caffeine.
I had caffeine after a week
You were
because they said you can have caffeine after a week.
okay.
They said caffeine 7 days.
Relax. Stop shaking your legs, Gus.
They said caffeine 7 days. Now I'm back at it, baby. Yeah.
I can't.
No, yeah. It was crazy. The first week I really was like, I'm losing my mind a little bit.
I was losing my mind for you.
I know, it was crazy. It was really nuts.
I was glued to my phone too the whole time while you were getting the procedure.
Oh, really? Really? Yeah.
Yeah, because
I should have been texting you more then because I was like, I don't want to bother people.
No,
It is what it is.
I was like, because it's like also like, you know, maybe like 5 hours in a procedure while you're
6.
awake. Watch your head, watch your head, watch your head. There's a shelf behind him. And he always hits his head. Put the hat on. Protect your head.
Oh, thank you, Mom.
See?
Thank you, Mommy. Do you want some Coke?
You're too close to the shelf. I don't like it. Come closer to me.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay.
You are. You're
I'm stressed out.
I don't like I'm stressed out.
I know. Well, I can't dislodge them now. Now they're all secure.
I still.
Yeah, I still don't want to hit my head though.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the whole time I'm just like, what if something happens? What if I gotta, purchase a last minute ticket to Turkey and save him?
Oh, because what were they gonna do?
I don't know, Gus.
Stop it. Although there was at one point, can I tell you, there was one point where I get in the cab to go to the procedure because they had like transportation vehicles that like take you.
Yeah, and then
So
what if
the guy came and picked me up, and I looked up where the Estenove clinic was, and just to get a gauge of how far it is, and
Right.
it said like 25 minutes. And then the guy started driving in the opposite direction.
No, have you seen Taken?
And I was like, oh my God, am I getting taken right now? And then he drove me to a hospital because they do the procedure in an actual hospital. And I was like, oh, that makes way more sense. Yeah, as opposed to being in some random clinic. You're in a
Unlike me,
hospital.
where I started yelling at the taxi driver in Greece because he started taking the long way. Oh, I ripped him a new one.
Oh, I hate when they do that.
I ripped him a new one and then gave him half of what he asked and said, you should be happy with that, and walked away.
Really?
Dead
Oh, you went
ass.
off?
I went off because I told him exactly because I had the GPS on my phone. And
Well, that's the thing is they can't fuck around like that with GPSs nowadays. 'Cause
Yeah.
now I know how quickly this will take me.
Exactly.
So you
And
can't fuck
I was-
around with me.
I was telling him which street to take because I'm seeing that it's shorter. And he would be like, oh, okay. And he's like, what? Which one? And I'm like, at the next light, make
Where
a
was
right.
this, Athens?
And and he kept going. And, always he's like, oh, where are you coming from? And I was like, Kalamata. And he's like, oh, where are you from? And I was just like, Kalamata. He's like, and I paused. He's like, are you from Canada? And I was like, Kalamata. I was like, I live there. I was like, you don't gotta know shit. Like I know I know this fucking game, bro.
Yeah,
And then
no,
he
I
just
know what
started
you
taking
mean.
like the longer way, and I was and bro, like, because my blood is also maniatisa, so I was going off on him. And he's like, Kala. He's like, okay, lady, relax. And I was like, don't tell me to relax. I'll get out of this car and beat the shit out of you right
That
now.
is really nuts. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was like me yelling at everyone in the Athens airport when I had my flight cancellation. Did I tell you this? I told you this whole story.
to France.
Oh my God. I literally went to France. So from Athens to France, because I went to my friend's wedding before I got my plugs. And and literally the flight was canceled. We boarded the plane at 11 o'clock. The flight was canceled at 1 a.m. And like
Horrendous.
we were sitting on the plane, and then they were like, oh, actually, never mind. We have to switch out the crew, and it's too late to switch out the crew. But it's like, you should have known this 7 hours ago, 8 hours ago.
Yeah.
When the other flight was delayed. You know what I mean? Like, you should have known this. You're all
there's
idiots.
some kind of like you've been through this before. You should have known
Yeah.
like future
Because they were like, oh, the
issues.
flight from Santorini was 2 hours late. I'm like, yeah, so those 2 hours, you should have known this when that flight took off. And when
Yeah,
that flight was delayed
it's not
like
the beginning
9
of the
hours
day.
ago. It's not the
Exactly,
beginning
yeah.
of the day. So I was like annoyed. And then the pilot was like, there's going to be a hotel and there's going to be buses that take you to the hotel. And then they deplaned us. First of all, like it was a bunch of French people because we were going to Marseille.
Yeah, everyone's.
And the flight attendants were going around answering people's questions. And then after literally 5 minutes, the pilot was like, the flight attendants will stop answering questions because you are being mean to them. And I was like, yeah, well, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and we've been sitting on this plane for 2
and
hours.
It's a bunch of French
and
people.
now our flight is canceled, and they don't speak Greek or English. So what do you want us to do, honestly? Like, they're like, stop being mean to us. You know, we're short-staffed. I'm so sick of this. We're short-staffed. Stop being mean to us. I don't give a fuck. You still have to do your job.
Do your job.
I don't give a flying
fuck
now.
I paid extra for my carry-on. Okay?
Yeah, I had to pay $75 fucking dollars to check my bag. Do your fucking job. Like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever. And they're like, technically, we're off the clock. And it's like, then leave. Then go home. And then bring someone on the plane that can deal with this. Because I don't give a fuck about you. Honestly, you're wearing your little outfit from Volatea. You are working now. Like, this bullshit. I read this like, remember when they were like, you know, flight attendants don't start getting paid until the plane is like,
which sucks.
Which
but
I'm
not
like, that
my problem.
sucks. But then they shouldn't board the plane. They should board the plane last then. I shouldn't even have to see a flight attendant until then. It is the start of their day. But they're on the plane and they have to help people sit and get their seatbelts on and get their luggage and figure it out. And
So
that's
fucking pay them.
that is actually part of their job. Sorry. And I know it sucks and they don't get paid, but it's not my problem. And if there is an issue, I'm going to go to a flight attendant. I'm not going to deal with it directly and then get a gun to my head probably and deal with some crazy person. Not for nothing. Not just to be real. So I'm like, just pay these people. Again, pay these people.
Pay these people.
I mean, 25% tip. Pay these fucking people.
Honestly, like we're paying so many extra fees. Why are you not paying them?
Pay these people.
Where's the money going?
So the flight's canceled, but I want to let you know that when I was boarding this plane, I met a fucking hot Greek man and on Grindr, and he was also going to Marseille. So we were boarding together and we started flirting. We started doing the whole thing. We were talking about moving seats to sit next to each other. So I was fucking Meg Ryan. I was Sandra Bullock living my rom-com fantasy. So when the flight got canceled, me and him were like, oh my God, this is great. We have more time to spend together. And then especially when the pilot was like, there'll be a hotel, we were like, great, we'll just be in a hotel all night. This is great. We'll save Volatea some money on an extra room because we'll just split a room. I was so happy. We were all so happy. And then we get off the plane and they're like, there's no hotel rooms. There's no hotel rooms. That's a lie. We lied.
That's such bullshit.
And they were like, here's €20 to spend at the airport. Everything's closed. It opens at 5 a.m. Have fun. You have to sleep here. Then they were like, you don't have to recheck your bags and you don't have to recheck. You just use your same boarding passes. And we were like, great. So all the French people went to sleep. I brought my man to the lounge because I have lounge access.
Oh, he got it like that.
Yeah. Got him a banana and a water. Whatever else was available. And we just like talked all night. We talked till 5 o'clock in the morning.
So cute.
And then it was so cute. And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, they were like, oh, people on flight Volatea, you need to go get your bags and recheck them.
When they just said you didn't have to.
5 hours ago.
Yeah.
Or 4 hours ago.
Now everyone's asleep though.
Everyone's asleep. Except me and this guy. And then like maybe like a few other people that heard it. And they only did it in English and Greek. And they also didn't specify that it was like a change. They just said like, you need to come get your bags. So it was kind of confusing. So we went downstairs to go get our bags.
And with airplane like megaphones, like those speaker
you know
things,
what I
you can't hear
mean?
shit.
So I was like,
it's worse than the MTA.
Right, and they didn't do it in French. So I was like, the French people did not understand. And most of them only spoke French because there's a lot of old people too. So we get down there and then there's no bags. They're not even down there yet. And this one of the employees comes down and she's like, where have you guys been? I've been waiting for you all night. And I was like, what? First of all, there's only 6 of us. There's me, Ari, this hot man, and then like 4 other people that also kind of heard the announcement that are also really confused.
And she's been waiting all night?
And she's like, I was waiting all night. And I was like, waiting all night? Where are our bags if you've been waiting all night?
Why are they not here?
They haven't even been rolled out yet. What are you talking about waiting all night? And so I turned to her and I was like, listen. I was very respectful. I said, listen.
You were very demure.
Because I was looking out for other people at this point.
Well, yeah.
Because my thought was like, I want my plane to take off on time. And if these motherfuckers did not hear these announcements,
there's going to be
this is going to be a shitstorm come 7 o'clock when we have to board.
Yeah,
right?
No.
So I'm sitting there and I'm telling this woman, I'm like, listen, you need to make the announcement again. No one heard it. There's only 6 of us here. No one else heard it. You also need to make it in French. And you need to make it clear that there's been a change of plans because we were told something very different 4 hours ago.
Yeah, this is news to us.
She immediately starts screaming at me. Just screaming at me. She's like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I'm not being rude to you, I said to her. There's 6 people here, and how many bags are gonna come down? 6? No, I don't think so. And she goes, there's not 6 people here. There's 8. And this is when I lost it. And I was like, oh, so you're dumb, I said to her. So you're dumb, and I don't want to fucking deal with you anymore. Because you're a fucking idiot. I said, go make another announcement so the French people can hear you, you fucking low-life piece of shit, I said to her. In Greek.
In Greek.
So worse. It sounded a lot worse. And then all the other 5 people start yelling at her too. And she's like, it's not my responsibility.
I'm so tired of that. Yes, it is.
It is your responsibility. You're the
working.
employee.
Also, like, what do you want? To not say anything and then afterwards have to deal with even a worse
Now
situation?
you want to deal with like 100 angry French people? Or do you want to just listen to me, make the announcements, get the thing done, and move on with everybody's lives?
Like, just get it done.
Think about it.
Get it done. Also, like, how hard is it to just press a button and restate it?
So
Repeat
then
it.
she's screaming at me. I screamed at her. She left. And then like 10 minutes later, they make an announcement again. As if she went back and she was like, can you believe this little fucking faggot was yelling at me? And then her coworker was probably like, wait, we didn't make it in French?
We got to do that.
We got to do that. We got to do that. Wait, literally, like, I know the conversation that happened afterwards, which was like, I think we should actually do it in French.
Listen, Gus, if comedy doesn't continue to work out for you, you could just go be
I might do this. No, because literally then next they were like, you have to get new boarding passes and recheck your bags. So I go upstairs to the check-in window and I tell them, I was like, listen, you need to make an announcement again. And she goes, we just made it. And I was like, you need to make it like twice more because all of them are sleeping and they don't know.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right. They're sleeping. They don't know. They didn't hear it. You need to make it clear that there's been a change of plans and that what we were told is different.
Also, it's like people's luggage and people just are trying to travel.
Exactly.
Like,
what if they have medication in there? What if they have important stuff in there that they need?
Don't you want them to get somewhere safe and sound and happy with their luggage?
They don't
after
care.
You just
she was
fucking
like, it's not my
cancel the flight?
responsibility, but I'll let someone know. And I was like, again, it's not my responsibility. So then she gives me my new boarding pass. The 6 of us or 8 of us, however the fuck many there were, go to scan to go through security. The boarding passes don't work. So now we got to talk to the security guard and explain the situation. And he's just like, wait there. One of the French guys starts losing his shit. And he starts standing in front of the scanning window. And he's like, I refuse to move until you let us through. And I was like, this is how the French Revolution started.
Exactly. This is it.
This is it. This man.
I warned you.
I started doing
Gus
it too.
warned you.
I was like, this is happening. And I told the security guard, I was like, Nashpo, there's about to be 150 angry French people here in about 20 minutes. And you got to hurry up. So they finally let us through. We get to the gate. And half the people have heard the announcements and the other half have not yet. So I was right. Literally the whole time I was like, I was right. So then I go up to the person at the gate and I explain the whole thing to her. I was like, you don't know what I've just been through. You need to make the announcement again. You need to make it clear that we need to get new boarding passes. You need to let them know that their baggage is downstairs. And she goes, I know what I'm doing. I know what my job is. And I said, you don't. Because I'm sitting here and now half these people are going to start yelling at you. So you don't, I said to her. And she goes, okay, sir, whatever. So then they start boarding and people give them the old boarding pass and they're like, oh, this is the old boarding pass. You need the new one. And then they start explaining the baggage situation to people. So now people are starting to mob the gate and yelling.
And you're walking around like,
and they're
told you so, bitch.
literally screaming at this woman about their luggage, screaming at her at 7:30 in the morning. The flight leaves at 8 and I have to check in. So I scan my boarding pass and I go through to the gate and I get the bus. And as I'm walking through, I look at her, I lock eyes and I go, Stoipa, I told you, but you don't want to listen. And I go in the plane.
So when do you get your check from Valtech? Because you work there
They
now.
gave me 400. They
Well,
gave me
good.
400,
No, yeah.
which is good. Yeah. I mean, I have to wait for it to be deposited.
You should be on the payroll as
I
well.
should be on the payroll. I should get health
That's
benefits from
ridiculous.
Volatea.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Honestly, that shit was crazy what I went through.
I don't understand. Like, it's so easy. Can you imagine going to a hospital and
It was
asking the nurse
also
for
one of those
something and they're like,
things-
not my job, not my problem.
It
Like,
was one
I
of
don't
those
get it.
things where, like, immediately everyone's default reaction was to start screaming at us.
Well, you know
As
what,
if it
too?
was our fault. And the thing is like, I want to point out, like, I approached them with, like, calm, like, organized energy of
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm trying to help you help everybody else right now. I'm not trying to be an asshole and I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm trying to help you
You know what?
Make this go as smoothly as possible.
You know what the sad thing is too? Is they're probably dealing with, which is not your fault.
No,
not
they
your
deal with so
problem,
many
but
crazy
they're dealing
people.
with so many crazy people, other issues that are going on within their job, like short staffed, like all of this stuff that they probably like don't have the tools or don't have the like bandwidth.
And they're
anymore
Greek,
to
so they
deal
have
with,
the generational
and they
trauma.
Have the generational
Trauma chain.
thinkers. So they're like explosive and they're exhausted and they're tired, which again, it's not excusable but understandable. But also, it's just like it's your fucking job.
It's your job.
It doesn't take that much
It's your
energy
job
to just state an announcement a few times. You know
like,
what I mean?
I'm really
It's
sick
wild.
of this nature, this like culture of now. It's like, okay, well, if they don't do their job and you had a miserable experience, you still have to pay 20% tip. And it's like, do I though?
No,
like,
I shouldn't.
I went to the
shouldn't.
movies.
Absolutely not.
I went to Alamo fucking day one. The people next to me wouldn't shut the fuck up. And at the Alamo, the whole brand, literally their whole business model is that you have to shut the fuck up during the movies.
Yeah.
And like they make a whole announcement beforehand and they say like, if you have an issue, just like report it to a manager, like get a little card and write it down. So I literally said the two people next to me will not shut the fuck up. And the manager didn't do anything about it. So I literally got up and moved
And you
my
have to move.
seat.
You see?
And then literally they still wouldn't shut the fuck up. I wrote another card saying like, hey, they didn't shut the fuck up. You didn't do anything about it. Please bring my check here so I can pay my bill here because they moved my seat. And then they want 20% tip. And I'm like, okay, well, you made this a miserable experience for me and now you want a 20%
and you don't
tip.
even live by like the whole like motto of like what it is. This is why
And I did.
tipping should be out and there should just be a salary.
A salary.
Because if you don't do your job, you fucking fired.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to tip you
To not do
for
your fucking
shit
job. Here I am, and then I tipped 20%. I feel like an idiot.
No, yeah, I refuse. No, thank you.
I feel like an idiot to be like, oh, now here's $5, and you couldn't even tell the two people next to me to shut up. This is crazy.
Yeah, no,
It's
that's not
crazy.
okay. Well, we had two very different airport experiences.
Well, also, I want to point out that
Yeah,
throughout this experience, I was still Meg Ryan, and I was still in a rom-com.
Still effortless and
So
in love.
effortless in love, and still throughout all this was cracking jokes, was kissing, was loving, and then I sat next to him on the plane right there. Oh, the best part about the whole flight, I forgot. We sit next to each other. You know, we're kissing, we're being flirty on the plane, we're being so cute on the plane. And then the pilot goes to land the plane, failed landing. Failed landing. So he goes to land, and it goes right back up. And he had to do, like, turn around.
The turn around, yeah.
And then go back down, because it was too windy in Marseille. So, like, not only am I tired, I haven't slept in 24 hours. Not only am I hungry, not only am I exhausted and angry from dealing with the Volatea agents all day long for 4 hours, but now
At least
I'm going to die.
but at
Now
least
I'm
you had
going to
your-
die.
But at least you had your rom-com.
I know. That's why I was like, oh my God.
I was the supporting. I was the best friend.
You were,
the
because
support,
I
'cause
was
getting
texting her
messages.
pictures. Yeah. It's so funny because I took a picture of him while he was like napping at one point, and then he, like 2 weeks later, sent a picture of me that he took on the sneaky fly. And I was like, oh, so we're both
cute.
creepy creepsters.
And I was just like, just move there with him. Just move to Athens.
No. No, he was a lawyer though.
Dere malaka.
Vicky Goros.
You see?
Vicky Goros.
You're so close.
I met so many beautiful men.
You're
I met so many beautiful
so
men
close.
in Spain, Greece, France, and Turkey that I was like, maybe I don't need a hair transplant.
I said that. I don't know. You went through all this trouble for
Well, I will say the first when I got into the vehicle to get me back to my hotel after the procedure, my head was swollen. They were like, hey, by the way, you're not going to be able to come or sleep for 12 days and shower. I was literally like,
miserable.
What if I had just learned to love myself? What if
Yeah.
I had listened to Lizzo? Like, I really was like,
If you just accepted who you were.
yeah.
who you are,
I was really like, maybe I could have just tried a little harder on this. Yeah.
Not
But
compare yourself.
now that it's been like, now that it's been 2 weeks and I feel normal again, I'm like, okay. I see how everyone's like, this is a great decision and I love this.
That's good.
I get it. I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to get to the.
See,
to the-
yeah, you just gotta, you gotta get through the.
You gotta get through
the
it.
difficult times.
I
It's not
know.
always easy. There's the
Yeah.
light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I just hate
You know?
changing up my routine. You know me, so
I
it's like
know.
difficult for me. Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You did it.
But
You
Greece
did.
was very fun.
Greece was very fun.
Greece was a very good time.
Yes, we had a lot of fun in Kerkira.
Kerkira,
It was a lot of fun. My island.
your island, you
How-
and Ari's island.
How beautiful is it?
Oh, I loved it. And my friend Mike and Alana came to Athens, and then they went to Kerkira after. And they were like, oh my
Beautiful,
God.
right?
They were like obsessed.
Yeah.
They were like, I'm so glad. Because they didn't want to go to the Kikladek ones.
Yeah,
They wanted the green.
the green. Yeah,
Oh,
it's very luscious.
It's a
on
very
that side.
luscious. It's very green. We also went to Paxus with my dad. I went with my dad.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. It was the beaches were very nice.
They're gorgeous there.
They're gorgeous. It's like HD water. High definition, 4K, ultra high definition water.
Oh, that's good. And then we did the show, and the show was great.
The shows, I had Thessaloniki, I had Athens.
Athens.
Wasn't that crazy?
I know.
It was really nuts. It was really nuts.
I feel, but like it's also like it was just like a blink of an eye, and then it was done.
I know. I mean, it's just, you know what I mean? You do the shows. Now it's like I've done it 4 other times since. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy that you think about it like that. But yeah, it was nuts. It was such a fun. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think that those people stop laughing for like an hour and 45 minutes.
No, and it was a really great like the whole area was packed.
Yeah.
It was packed out, and like people were really like, because sometimes you get some crowds and like you see, and people are just like lazy to laugh or like just like not really interactive or like about it, and like there was like everyone was smart, like people too that like you brought up for like the
Oh
for,
yeah.
like the ending part too, like this one girl, because like you were giving like part of your bit too is like giving like the difficult Greek words.
Yeah. So
And
I
this
have
one
like
chick,
during the Greek mom stuff, I do this thing where I do like Greek lesson of the day, and I do hard Greek words for a non-Greek to say, and then hard English words
yeah,
for a Greek to say.
but this Greek girl was
She
saying
knew
it
everything. She's like an
because
English major.
Yeah, she was just like pronouncing everything, but then at the end, like
I go, this is a very hard one for Greeks to say, and it's all my fault. I'm sorry. And she was really funny.
yeah, she
She said in
understood.
English, it's all my fault. I'm sorry, and in Greece, it's esiftas,
Which
which is
is-
it's your
It's
fault.
your fault. So
And it was just like things like
she
that. It was
understood
very
the assignment.
funny.
She
Yeah,
was smart. Like she had fun with it, and it was a really, really great
it was
show.
good. It was very
Yeah.
fun. Yeah,
there
yeah.
were a lot of people too from like New York and stuff like that. They came up
Oh
to me. They're like,
yeah.
we had no idea. We saw this last minute. It's so great that you guys are here. We moved from New York. We've been staying here. I was like, what? I
Yeah.
was like, this is very nice.
It was crazy, and
That's a lot of
Thessaloniki
fun.
was great. Thessaloniki was so fun. I didn't realize that their pita sandwiches, their pitas, their
It's-
pitogyros,
Pitogyros.
or their pitosouvlaki, it comes with mustard and paprika.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I've seen that in other places too. It's like,
I mean,
but
it's a Thessaloniki thing.
Yeah,
It's like a
exactly.
northern thing, and
Yeah.
I've never had it before. And let me tell you, it slaps. I love it.
yes.
I like it more than the tzatziki.
This
I'll,
is
I'll
nice.
say it. Hot take.
No,
hot
no,
take.
no. Hot take.
And they do a
is
lot of
if
tiro
you
kefteria up
give
there.
if you give me a traditional dish, Greek dish, and instead of a side of tzatziki, you put mustard on the side, na pas na pnigis. Go drown yourself.
I like mustard.
Then ask for it.
I like.
You're gonna give me a lucanico with mustard on the side,
Oh my god, that sounds great. That sounds delicious. What kind of mustard?
but
Dijon?
but it's a classic dish that also other people are ordering. It's not even like you're doing like a different take of something, and it's like within the ingredients, and it's like, and it's said there. It's like you have people that are ordering a classic dish.
Well, in Thessaloniki, the classic version
Okay,
is
well,
mustard
I was
paprika.
in Athens.
Okay, in Athens.
Gas. Some things are not meant to be changed.
Okay, Christina.
Gas.
Christina, you have to calm down a little bit about
No,
this.
don't change the tzatziki for the mustard.
Okay, well, you have to read the menu.
It didn't say it. When it's a traditional plate and you're putting mustard.
Where did this happen? Burn the place down. Go back. We're going back to Athens so you can burn the
No,
place down.
they've been there for a very long time.
Oh, so they're good. So it was good. So you had a wonderful meal.
It actually did not compliment the dish. Like it was shitty.
I like mustard.
It's because it's cheaper.
I'm a very
It's because it's cheaper.
big
That's
fan
why they're doing it.
of the
I
mustard.
love mustard.
And they also do tiro kafteria up in
kafteria is
Thessaloniki,
very
which is
nice.
very nice. Yeah, that's smart.
That's my favorite.
I love tiro kafteria. A spicy feta dip.
Spicy feta. If it's not spicy, it's not. Those fries that we had,
Oh yeah, at that place. Yeah.
My
That
dude.
first day. Oh my god.
these French fries were underneath this whole brizola, this whole like meat platter. So all of the juices and the
juices.
spices were dripping down.
You know the meat juices.
And I grabbed the lady. I was like, listen to me. You should create a package of just these fries for late night takeout for all the drunk fucking like
Oh,
German
yeah,
English
yeah.
people that need like a little like something.
Pick
'cause
me up.
I dream about it all the time. It was amazing.
Do you dream about me all the time?
Unfortunately.
I know you too.
you
too. Christina's been in like 9 out of 10 of my dreams this month.
This is it, baby.
She just shows up and she just starts screaming and then she disappears.
I just like, I'm like, just staring.
Hello.
How are you?
Wow.
Fuck you.
So apparently her mom didn't know I was gay.
So this was the funniest thing. So my parents came to the show, which,
So cute.
by the way, they turn around, they go, my family's starting to come to the shows that I do, and the same common denominator thing that I receive is, Christina, you're actually very good. And I'm like,
They have
"Thank
no faith
you."
in us. They have no faith in
I'm
us.
like, thank you.
My brother Mario has still never seen me do stand up
I'm
live.
just like, Jesus Christ. So they came to the show. They were like amazed. Like they were amazed. They were laughing the whole time. But my mom goes, so like they're sitting down, and now it's like I open up for Gus, ha ha ha, and then Gus goes up, and now Ari, my boyfriend, turns around and tells me, he's like, your mom just leans over to me and goes, Gus is gay.
Meanwhile, I'm like doing a bit on stage about how sometimes people get confused that I'm gay and
Yes,
it's crazy
and
because it's so
literally,
obvious.
It was a perfect timing because as she says this, Ari goes, it's not like he's hiding it. And Gus goes, I'm not hiding that I'm gay.
Yeah, literally on stage, I was like, I'm not hiding that I'm gay. It's really obvious. And Adi's like, da 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 da, like literally right there.
It was literally perfect
It
timing.
was so
My
funny.
mom was like, I've seen some of his videos, very funny. I never thought he was a gay. And I was like, he screams it, literally, not just like
Well, not right now. Now,
He's always-
right
he-
now,
he's-
currently today, not
currently
screaming
it's not
it.
screaming it. It's
No.
not. But that was really funny.
Yeah.
And then my mom also goes, he's actually much funnier in person. And it's like a beautiful compliment.
No, that's a
but
great
also-
compliment. I would love. That's like what you want to hear, honestly.
But also the way a Greek says that,
I
it's
know.
just like you're like, wait, that is a compliment, right? Like that was.
You
a
never
compliment.
know. I
You
know.
never
It's so funny, yeah. Because someone after the Portland show said you have such an edge to you in stand up that doesn't really. You don't have it in your Instagram because it's pretty wholesome.
Yeah.
That you have such a different edge to you. It's very interesting. You know. I mean, it was a compliment.
Yes,
yeah, but
exactly.
Like, but still, I was like, is this a compliment? Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was a great time. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, Greece was fun. That was a really fun
Yeah.
time. Yeah. It was a very nice, like, to go back there, it just felt like so different than last year.
Well,
It
yeah,
was like the
it was a
complete
whole new-
opposite. It
a
was like
whole
what
new
last
experience
year
for you.
really should have been, honestly.
Yeah.
It was just like piles of fun. Like me, my dad had fun. We had fun.
Yeah.
I had fun in Corfu on a separate note with my husband. I met a Brazilian man.
He had a little summer husband.
I had a summer husband. I had a three-day husband. He drove me to the airport.
I tried to invite them to dinner. They just I was like, bring the husband.
Crazy. Honestly, it was nuts. I mean,
That's
it was
lo-
crazy.
beautiful.
And then like France.
France was lovely
Yeah.
for you.
Athens
No.
was great. Athens I love.
I love Athens. I enjoy going to Greece also during like the fall. I had a lot of fun, but I was also ready to come back, and that was the first time ever.
Oh,
And
I
I
mean,
think,
yeah.
I was really ready to like come back home and like start working and like doing other things.
That last week when I was like, from when I got to France after the flight cancellation, I was so tired to like, because that was like already 3 weeks into the trip. So I was like, I'm already exhausted. And now you've
Yeah.
added like no sleep to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like that first day, I just was like miserable. And like it was so windy, I couldn't go out
You couldn't do
in
shit,
Marseille. And then it was like wedding and then straight to Turkey, do the hair transplant. So I had no control for like a week. And then I was like miserable for another week. So that,
Well,
swollen.
while you were dealing with a flight cancellation, I was dealing with being on a whole other trip in the airport. So you know how in Greece you have like the smoking sections, like in the airports, like you have these little rooms and you get to go smoke.
yeah, because they couldn't live without it. And it's funny because it just pours out.
Yeah, it doesn't. It
reeks.
It goes through the glass doors anyway.
Yeah,
You
because
walk
they're
by and you
they're
smell it.
packed in there. They're
Yeah.
packed like sardines
like
in there.
sardines. It's 85 ashtrays in one room.
Yeah, literally.
Over the course of like
85
30
yeah.
years, it's just like the
Yeah,
walls are
well,
yellow.
are they gonna clean it? Yeah. Well, they can't clean it. They're full. It's full.
No,
all
they,
day,
also
all day
they
long.
like the ambience. Like it's got to smell like
yeah,
that.
they gotta feel the like home.
But I ended up, so I flew buddy pass, and Adi was flying on a different flight. But long story short, we wanted to fly together. So I was like, let's just get you a buddy pass and try to fly together. So there was like 2 flights out of Athens. So we go, he goes to like smoke, and I'm like, okay, give me the pen so I can like the e-cigarette so we can smoke. Not knowing that we grabbed the wrong e-cigarette and we didn't realize that we hit the weed pen,
Oh.
which the weed pen there in Greece is not a weed pen. It ends up literally feeling like an edible.
Yeah, you feel like, yeah.
You feel like, and we get to the gate to see if we like have to fly. Mind you, he's taking a year and a day to fucking smoke this thing. And I'm like, we gotta go. We gotta see if we got on the flight. Like a buddy pass is seniority. Like you see if you're getting on the flight or not. They say there's only one seat. I'm up next. I'm like, no, you take it so you can get to work. He's like, I have a backup flight. I don't want to take it. You take it. We're bouncing back and forth. The lady comes up to me. She's like, we have to know if you're getting on the flight or not. And then I start asking her all these questions. I was like, do you know what the next flight looks like? She's like, I don't know. But what I need to know is, are you getting on the flight? Because the plane is waiting to fucking leave for us.
You fucking lowlives.
So finally, and we were in our own little...
Yo, I'd be sitting there like, who's this fucking bitch that's holding up the plane right now?
So now finally we're like, we're not taking it. We're not going. This other girl behind us starts crying because she was third in line for the seniority. So she gets that last flight. Good for her. I know what that feels like. She gets on. And now we have to like put our names for the next listing. So as I'm talking to the lady there, it hits me. And I start to get, I'm so fucking
You bazooted?
high. And this is when you were texting me and I like half texted you and half not.
Yeah.
Because I was like trying to put all my attention on this lady.
Because you're bazoots magoots.
I was bazoots magoots.
Bazoots magoots.
Call me Miss Bazoots magoots.
Miss Bazoots magoots.
Okay, because I was bazooted.
Bazooted.
And then Adi comes up, we put our names, and she's like, okay, mind you, we're at like gate C, whatever. She's like, okay, the next flight, we're putting you on the next one. Go to gate A12. So we're like, okay, mind you, all of my years flying buddy pass, you stay at the same gate. You just got to wait.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, all right, we got to go to another gate. So she's like, go down to the left, make a right, and go to the gate. I'm thinking like it's there. Not putting two and two together. So we go down, and we're getting higher and higher every 2 seconds. And every corner we take, we're seeing like the security guards with their guns. And they're like, where are you guys going? Where are you coming from? And we have to state this whole thing of like, hey, we were on buddy pass. We didn't get on the flight. So we're going on for the second one. We have to get to the next gate. And they just keep asking us everywhere. Now I start getting paranoid. And I'm like, oh my God, they know.
They know.
They know. So now we're doing all this stuff. And it's just like every corner we turn, there's a security guard there asking us 1,001 questions. So now finally Adi comes up and I'm like, Adi, I gotta let you know. I gotta let you know a little secret. I was like, I'm paranoid. I'm high and I'm paranoid. He's like, that's okay. Don't worry. We're fine. I got you. I'm like, okay, cool. We passed through the other security who took a year and a day to check our passports, where now I'm sweating. I'm like, he's stalling because he's waiting for the higher up to come down and arrest us.
Yo, you're so stupid.
All he was doing was looking for a pen. We pass through. We get onto the little strip thing. And I'm getting like all silly, whatever. And I look at Adi and I'm like, am I okay? Am I being too loud? He's like, you're being too loud. I was like, okay, I'm a little too high. So a few minutes pass by. And
Also, you're being too loud. Like,
I'm being too loud.
when does that not happen?
So then Adi looks at me. He's like, can we pull over? And I'm like, what? He's like, can we pull over? I'm like, off the little treadmill thingy? He's like, yeah. We go off to the side. He turns around to me. He's like, okay, I got to tell you, I'm not okay. And I'm like, oh
my
he's
God.
high as a kite as well.
Fucking idiots. You're so
So
high.
we're both flipping out. And now he's extra. The poor fucking kid is holding 18 bags of duty-free shit.
What do you got?
We have bucaya, tigara. We have alcohol. We have shit that we're bringing back to people.
That was the fucking worst part about the flight. So I bought mastija at duty free.
Yeah.
And then because I had to recheck,
Yeah, you have to carry these.
I had to carry it.
So-
and then at security, I was like, listen, I just bought it right there. I have to go. And he wouldn't let me bring it
He
through.
wouldn't let
So
you
I had
bring
to
it, yeah.
abandon it.
So now he's carrying all these bags, 80 pounds of fucking alcohol, while he's fucking high. He's Mr. Bazoots, okay? And we're just Mr. and Mrs. Bazoots walking down.
Mr. and Mrs. Bazoots Magoots.
So now I'm like, all right, I'm like, go to the bathroom. We have no water. My mouth is getting drier
I
and
hate
drier.
when that happens.
My heart's racing. I find these little Greek carameles, these candies. I shove one in his mouth, shove one in mine so we could start salivating and try to drink our own saliva. I find a little watering hole. I'm like, go drink water. And now I'm like, all right, Christina, you got to get your shit together. Because he is what the fuck is happening?
You're so dumb.
So
This is why you need me around.
dumb.
Because I'm so high all the time.
No,
that
this
I never get
Gus,
bazoots.
I also don't know how you handled that pen when we had it in Kerkina. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Because this was ridiculous. And then I don't know if it got old. Like, I have no idea. But this thing was as if I ate 4 edibles. I'm not even joking. It's not even like, oh, I'm high. It's like paranoia times 20.
Yeah.
So now we're trying to get through the next gate, which it's like you have to recheck in. And it's like from one end to the other. So it's a voyage. It's a voyage of us being high and everyone looking at us and us being like, everyone knows. And then we get to one spot. I'm like, I need to get food in him. So now listen, I've had many festivals where if something goes wrong, I get unhigh. I'll still be a little high, but I'm like much better. I'm like, let's get this shit going. So we try to get food. We get to this area. Mind you, there's like all this back and forth happening. And we're like, where are we going to sit and eat? There's no seats. Everything is filled. I look, 2 people get up. There's this little table in the sea of all these people. I'm like, let's go sit there. He looks, all of a sudden, he's just like, no, we can't sit there. I'm like, why can't we sit there? He's like, no, we can't sit there. I'm like, just sit down. Just sit down. I'm going to go get us food and water. Just sit down. And he's holding everything. And he's just like it looks like a National Geographic moment. You know what I mean? Like fucking like it was just like, and now a Greek man is telling the feline to not sit down. Like he was like so ready to pounce. Like, I'm like, Ari, what is going on? He's like, Christina, there's no way that we can sit here. And he's looking around and I look and all of a sudden I see a whole sea of jerseys and it's a football team there. And now my brain is like, oh, okay, there's some people that he knows from like, European soccer, but I don't give a fuck. We're so fucking high.
Right.
He's like, I need to get food and water in his system.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't understand. What's the big deal? We can't sit here with everybody. And he looks and apparently, but because I then look to my right and it's Nikopouloudis there, which is like this big, which like when I see his face, I'll know who he is. But saying his name, I had no idea.
I don't know who that is.
And it's this, he's like big time goalie, coach now, whatever. Like he's like so well known in Greece. And this is like his idol from a little kid.
Oh my God. So he's high out of his mind.
He's high out of his mind, staring at this man's face. As this man is staring at me.
Straight men are so gay.
Going like, you mean you can't sit here? And I look at the whole team. I'm like, it's fine that we sit here, right? It's fine. Like, fucking out. It's just like, I cannot sit here right now.
So funny.
And then we walk away. Finally, we walk away. I was like, what's the big deal? He's like, I wouldn't have known what the fuck to do there. I'm like, you missed out on an opportunity.
Yeah.
I was like, you missed out on an opportunity. And then 30 seconds later, this weird gypsy guy approaches us trying to steal our bags.
Well, of course, yeah. How do they let those people in the airports?
Well,
It's really
because
crazy because Turkey I got approached too.
It's like all these different gates that you could go into, but it's before checking in. So they can walk in.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that, you know what I mean?
Mine was like right before, like at the gate.
Yeah,
it was
it's like
crazy.
It's wild. So he's starting to talk to us and he's pinpointing like Ari's tattoos. He's like, where are you guys from? And we're like, New York. He's like, New York, nice. I got this from New York too. And he just starts rambling. It makes no sense. He reeks of alcohol. He was talking to some weirdo before. And now I'm very demure.
Yeah, sure.
I am.
Uh-huh.
And I clock this. And I'm like, we're taking our bags. But now Ari, once again, is ready to pounce. He's like, signomi, sexero, pokapu. He's like, do I know you, my dude? Do I know you, my dude? And the guy's like, no, the tattoos, he's not making any sense. So I just look at him and I'm just like, oh, just let him keep talking. And I'm like, wow, tatouage, very nice. And I start getting our bags, and he sees this and we get up and we have to like move past him. And it's just like every corner, it was like a fucking Zelda quest.
You literally were just...
It was, and then
Meanwhile, you have to imagine that like this is going on in their brain and they're just probably walking
exactly.
through the airport like normal human beings.
They're like, I actually wanted to ask him who his tattoo artist is because it looks identical to mine.
Yeah.
No, and then we get past and I'm just like, what time is it? What time is it? Mind you, we have 7 hours for this whole thing. This all happened within 45 minutes.
You idiots.
And it felt like forever.
Idiots.
And then we get there, we get on the flight, thank God. And then 20 minutes in, our flight drops.
Oh, yeah. You told me this.
I was just like, I was out of my seat. and I literally jumped. I almost hit the ceiling of the plane.
It just dropped.
It was turbulence, and it came out of nowhere. No one knew, so there was no like put your seatbelts on.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on the because I saw a friend there, and I was waiting for the bathroom, so I was sitting on the armrest. Just dropped. I jumped off from the armrest, floated, so everyone's top heads jumped.
Your tits just
My
wild in
tits
the
went
air, anti-gravity, boom.
boom, you know, fell back down, and my friend that was standing there dropped to the floor and couldn't get back up. Everyone was like, grab onto the bottom of the chair. It was like a real life thing.
That's
And
crazy.
now
It was like a real life thing.
It was a real life thing where I was like, still a little high, and I was like, oh my God, we got on the flight and we're gonna die. I was like, maybe one of us should have gotten on the one fucking seat.
Yeah, you're
was
in Final
available.
Destination, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got up. It was really crazy. It was like really, really bad. And then some other lady, they were like, is there a doctor
What
on this
happened?
flight? Well, she had like a second bypass surgery thing with, why are you going on a flight a month later? Just stay home.
Because fucking Greeks.
Stay
You know why?
home.
That's why there's so many people that go to Greece and they die there. And it's like, well, because, yeah, they had some health issue, but they were like, I
I
can't
not
have
go to
to
Greece.
go back to the village.
So now they're dealing with it, and they're like, is there a doctor on board? And of course, I stand up. And I'm like, I'm not a doctor, but I'm first response certified. If you need hands, I got.
Who the fuck were you going to help?
Do you want to know something? You know how many people I've saved?
Oh, wait, we've talked about this.
You know how many people
yeah,
I
you've
saved?
saved a lot of people. I know. We've talked about this. Yeah, you're a lifesaver.
I'm a lifesaver.
You're a lifesaver.
Okay?
You saved me when you carried my luggage.
There you go.
Day 2 of my
As
surgery.
opposed to everyone else being like, we don't know what, like, life or death. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
So did you help them? Or were they like,
They're-
this useless bitch couldn't help
Fuck
anybody?
you. No, there was an anesthesiologist on
Oh,
the
good.
flight,
Oh,
so
okay,
they ended
nice.
up getting them.
Oh, very nice.
But then I looked at him, I was like,
so
if you need extra
you were
hands,
the second?
I was the
so
second.
it was either an anesthesiologist or you
So I was going to save this
in
lady.
a Greek
I was
plane?
going to save this lady and take care of the flight with the turbulence. Just to I was this close to doing it.
You're going to save the lady, fly the plane, land the plane,
Okay?
get everyone's bags off,
And came to you to Volatil and helped out.
and helped out. Yeah. And all this while being bazoots magoots.
Mrs. Bazoots Magoots. That was, I was just like, never again.
That's really funny.
Poor Adi. He didn't even know what he was hitting. And he was like, I'm just going to enjoy
I'm
it.
going to be a flight. Yeah. We're going on a long flight. Yeah.
We're just like, we're fucking high.
Dumbasses. So dumb. So dumb.
I was like, I don't understand what is in that thing.
Because it's not like real weed. It's like, it's just bad. Yeah, you should throw those out at this point. Don't smoke those again.
I don't know. They're mixed. I
You have like 9.
I'm the friend that like find random things of drugs like somewhere.
Oh, that's good for you.
Yeah. I'm the
for
like,
you.
wow, what's this?
And you just take it.
You know, like I traveled to like Colombia and I was like, wow, Molly from when? Okay, cool.
I know. They don't check anything. I had shrooms on me. They didn't check shit. Honestly, they don't check anything.
I left.
It's so bad.
Yeah, no, I left Colombia with stuff.
People are always
They
like,
did-
how do you do it? I'm like, by putting it straight up in my bag very conspicuously. Like,
not only that,
next to the water. Yeah.
I do it not knowing I do it. So when I travel, I literally have no idea
you're
this
going
is
to
on
get
me.
caught one day. And it's going to be so funny when you call me from airport jail. And you're going to be like, "Guys,
No, but they're gonna
I had
see
ketamine
me.
on me.
I'm just like, I really didn't know.
Yeah.
No, genuinely, like if you put,
That's my plan. My plan is to just be like, oh, I forgot that was in there. I'll throw it out if you want.
yeah, I had no idea.
That's like my plan is always if a security guard stops me, I'll just be like, oh my God, I forgot I was in there. Just take it or throw it out if you want. I'm so sorry. And like, what are they gonna say?
You're under arrest.
I'll say, well, I'm just gonna have I won't be wearing this outfit. I'll look
Yeah,
cute.
I was gonna say. I
I'll
was
have a
just about
cute
to
outfit
say, do
on,
not
and
be
I won't
traveling
be
with
dressed
this.
like this. I'll be dressed like a normal person. My hair is gonna have grown in. People are gonna be like, this sexy man, this sexy, beautiful head of hair. How could he possibly be doing anything against the law? And then they're gonna let me through. Don't you know it? Welcome to that neighborhood, bitch.
I like Mrs. Bazoots Magoots.
You like Mrs. Bazoots Magoots? Bazoots Magoots. I say that shit all the time.
I like it. Mrs.
No one knows what the
Bazoots
fuck I'm
Magoots.
talking about. My brother says bazooted, And I think that's
Yeah,
a great word.
bazooted, yes,
Bazooted. Yeah,
bazooted,
zooted,
I said,
bazooted.
yeah.
Because there's zooted, and then there's
Bazooted.
bazooted, and then there's bazoots magoots.
Yeah, I was bazoots magoots mazooted.
You were out of
I'm
there.
just like dying like at this whole team just seeing like Adi like that and then me just like the most like is it all right that we sit here? It's okay. Just like the loudest, most obnoxious.
Well, that's always what happens. Like every time I'm like, oh, I really want to meet the love of my life next to me in a plane. I always like one time I did that and I took 2 Advil PM right before I boarded, and then I sit down. The guy next to me is beautiful. He's flirting with
and
me.
then you pass out.
I passed out.
Yeah.
And then I woke up and he started flirting with me again, and then I passed out again. And I was like, what a fucking idiot. What a dumb ass.
I know. I was like, I could have done a video with them.
I know. You should have.
I would have mommed them all. I would have like brought food. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, they would have loved it.
They would have loved it.
They would have had a whole
But no,
thing.
his ass had to be too high to even
Too
handle
fucking
it.
high. All right.
Fucking asshole.
This was fun. That was our summer.
That was our summer.
Lots of travel.
Lots of travel.
It was like 9 different flights for me. I did because I flew to Barcelona. I took the train. I flew
Because I fluted.
I took the train to Madrid, which was really nice.
That's
it was
what
2
you
hours.
told me that.
Very
That's
nice.
really
Yeah, I
nice.
took the high speed train. It was very nice.
Super speed.
And then I flew to Kerkira, flew to Athens, flew to Thessaloniki, flew back to Athens, flew to Marseille, flew to Turkey, flew home. 8
How many
flights.
points did you get?
8 flights. Well, the last 2 flights were paid for by the hair transplant people.
Okay.
Because I'm an influencer. Because I'm an influencer, baby. But the other ones, yeah, I got a lot of points.
We drove a lot too.
I got mad points, yeah.
We drove everywhere. I went to Larissa for the first time. I mean, I've
How
driven
was
through-
Larissa?
It was very nice. It's very interesting. I felt like I was like in some sci-fi movie because it's like you're driving, and it's just like Erimia. And it's just like land and mountains and Olibos is right there. It's really cool. Like you could see it from afar. And then you pass this one little gate thing area and you enter the town and it's like homes and people.
Yeah.
So it was like Hills Have Eyes kind of.
Okay.
Like when you enter, like it was strange.
I'm sure that's exactly how the Greek people would love to refer to their hometown.
No, like entering it was like all of a sudden
yeah.
it was like it's just like this town. So it was really cool. It was very up and coming, really nice spots. Like food was fucking great.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the coffee brand there? What's his name? Oh my God, I've been drinking it my fucking ADHD brain.
Papadopoulos.
Oh,
No.
hire.
Grigori.
No.
Lavazza.
No. Oh my God.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
It started in Larissa. It's like the McDonald's of coffee.
Oh.
Milk,
Milko.
not Milko.
No.
Hold on. Because this is gonna.
What are you talking about?
Diallo.
Well, as she looks that
Oh
up,
my
I'm going to tell you guys
God.
to like and subscribe, comment, leave us your little stories. Did you guys go to Greece this summer?
Would you like to go to Greece?
Would you like to be high in an airport? Have you ever been high in an airport?
I would recommend and also not recommend.
Yeah, tell us your
Same time.
send us your craziest airport stories.
Mikel.
Mikel? I've never heard of that.
Oh my! It's the best fucking coffee, hands
Okay,
down.
well, can you make some for me?
Well, I need their because it's like their own curated
Okay,
roast.
so you can make some for me.
I need Mikel if you're listening.
You have to
Send
bring
us.
Send us the beans.
Send us the beans
Send us some beans.
because it was the best coffee beans ever.
Okay, very nice.
Let us know if you've had Mikel.
Yeah, let us know if you have Mikhail. Let us know your crazy airport stories. And thanks for listening. And welcome to the neighborhood.
Welcome to the neighborhood, back in New York.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?